Hi, teacher. Good
Hello,
afternoon.
hello, Alexandra. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Let's begin, please. We need to continue here with reflexive pronouns.
Hi, I was just asking myself if we were going to see each other today. Today we're going to talk about the difference between reflexive and reciprocal pronouns. It's an interesting grammar point, and I think you're going to enjoy yourself. Let's take a look at them now.
Can you please read?
Sure. So, one, we use reflexive pronouns when the subject and the object of a sentence refer to the same person. Talia, you should be proud of yourself, Amy. In this sentence, the subject, you, is Amy. The object, yourself, is also Amy. The subject and the object are the same person, Amy. So, Amy should be proud of Amy. In other words, Amy should be proud of herself. 2. These are the reflexive pronouns myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Notice that you has two reflexive pronouns. Use yourself when you're speaking to one person. Use yourselves when you're speaking to more than one person. Tony, take care of yourself, Talia. Talia, I will. Tony, take care of yourselves, guys. Amy and Talia, we will.
Continue, please.
4. We can also use a reciprocal pronoun, each other or one another, when the subject and object of a sentence are the same people. But in this case, the people have a two-way or reciprocal relationship. Talia and Jackie are talking to each other. In this sentence, the subject is Talia and Jackie. The object each other is also Talia and Jackie. The subject and the object are the same two people, Talia and Jackie. The sentence means that Talia is talking to Jackie and that Jackie is talking to Talia. They are having a two-way conversation. Notice that the sentence Talia and Jackie are talking to themselves has a very different meaning. This means that Talia is talking to herself and Jackie is talking to herself. They are not having a two-way conversation. 5. We usually use each other when the subject is two people. Talia and Amy know each other from work. We use each other and one another when the subject is more than two people. Talia, Amy, and Tony know each other from work. Or Talia, Amy, and Tony know one another from work.
Okay, so the reflexive pronouns are used when the subject and the object refer to the same person. Myself, yourself, himself, uh, herself, uh, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. Here you have some sentences.
Sorry, teacher, I couldn't hear the last part.
Oh, here you have some sentences.
Ah, okay.
Okay, hold on. So, here you have it. Would you like to pour yourself a drink? I fell over and hurt myself. They had to cook for themselves. I had, he had a suitcase beside himself. Oh, okay. The children got dressed by themselves. He lived by himself in an enormous house. Canada itself is a quite small town. So here you have some sentences. The main difference here is that when you're using you as singular, you need to use yourself with only an F. And when you use it as plural, you need to use yourselves with a B, E, and an F. Okay, so take care of yourselves, guys. That's you're talking to like you, but plural. And when I say take care of yourself, I'm talking to you, but singular.
Notice that you has two reflexive pronouns. Use yourself when you're speaking to one person. Use yourselves when you're speaking to more than one person.
Take care of yourself.
Also, is there any question with 1, 2, or 3?
No, teacher, I think it's okay.
Okay, so we can use the reciprocal pronoun each other or one another when the sentence refers to the same people. So please, here you have a difference in these two sentences. Tali and Jackie are talking to each other. That means that you have one person talking to another person. And when you say Talia and Jackie are talking to themselves, the meaning is that Talia is talking to herself and Jackie is talking to herself. Okay, so it's very different. So when you say are talking to each other, that means that they're having a two-way conversation. So that's the difference between each other and one another. Or I'm sorry, between each other and the reflexive pronoun. And you can also use, instead of each other, you can also use one another when the subject is more than two people. Like, I don't know. Let's say Ale, John, and Eric are talking to each other. You could say that. Or you could say are talking to one another. Okay, so in both cases, they're talking to the other two people. But if I say, for instance, Ale, John, and Eric are talking to themselves, that means that Ale is talking to himself, he's talking to himself, and Eric is talking to himself as well. So they're talking to themselves, but they're not talking to each other, okay? So when you have 3 or more people, like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more, then you can use either each other or one another. You could use both. I don't know if you've got any questions until there.
Only if there's another difference between each other and one another.
No, there's actually no difference. When you have 3 or more people, or more than 2 or 3 or more, then they're the same. But when it's only 2 people, then you can't use one another.
Okay, there's like this restriction when we talk about two people talking.
Yes, when you have 2
Okay.
people, only each other. So if you had here, I don't know, John and Eric are talking to each other, that's great. That's fine. But if you say, or if you try to say are talking to one another, this would be incorrect.
Okay. I understand, teacher. Thank you.
Great, let's continue here. We're gonna continue with models of possibility and probability in the past.
Hi. Someone just said hello to me, but I can't remember how we know each other. She might have been a college classmate, or I could have met her at a party. Might have and could have are modals of possibility and probability in the past. I'm using these because I'm guessing about something that has already happened. Let's learn about them.
Okay, can you please read?
Of course. 1. We use models of possibility and probability in the past to talk about things that possibly or probably happened. We form these models with model plus have plus the past participle of the verb. Tony, Amy did great work. She must have been proud of herself. 2. Must have expresses probability. We use must have or the contraction must have when we're almost 100% sure that something was true. Talia, I must have left my briefcase in the office. I'm almost certain that's where it is.
Okay, continue, please.
3. May have, might have, and could have express possibility. We use may have, might have, or could have, or the contractions may, might, or could when we're less sure that something was true. Jackie, we might have seen each other around campus. Talia, or we may have been in a class together. Jackie, yeah, it could have been last semester. 4. We use can have or couldn't have when we're almost 100% sure that something was impossible. Jackie, it couldn't have been in a journalism class. I'm taking acting classes. 5. We use must not have when we're a little less sure that something was impossible. We don't usually use a contraction with must not. Amy, she left in a big hurry. She must not have wanted to be late for class. 6. We use may not have or might not have when we think something was impossible, but we aren't very sure. We don't usually use a contraction with may not or might not. Talia, she may not have wanted to talk to me anymore.
Continue, please.
7. Okay, in questions, we use could have. We don't use may have, might have, or must have. Talia, could she have been at the soccer game? 8. Notice that in short answers, we use been if the question has a form of be. Talia, could he have been the star? Amy, he could have been. When a question has a verb other than be, we use the modal plus have. Talia, could she have seen us there? Amy, she could have. 9. We can also use a verb without a modal to ask about possibility or probability. Talia, was she at the soccer game? Amy, she could have been.
Okay. So we use models of possibility and probability in the past to talk about things that possibly or probably happened. Probability is like 90% and possibility is like 50%. And well, here we have must have for things that 90% sure it happened. Like he must have I don't know, he must have lost that bet. Or they must have called the police. So we're 90% sure that they, in fact, did these actions. She must have been arrested before. So we're pretty sure that something happened. We use must have plus the past participle of the verb. Is there any questions with 1 or 2?
Only if we, in probability, we can't use like might. Only
No,
if in possibility.
impossibility, yes.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay, so any other question, 1 or 2?
No, it's okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, great. So we use that, in fact, in possibility, that's 50%. You could use may have, might have, could have. He might have, I don't know, been kidnapped. or killed. Let's say in a movie or something like that. Uh, he could have been, or he could have uh, been followed. Or she may have called you. So we're 50% sure that this happened. Okay, only 50% sure. And we use can have or couldn't have when we're almost 100% sure that something was impossible. He couldn't have mm, uh, come here. He's under arrest, or he was under arrest. He can't have, I don't know, he can't have visited China. Uh, he he hasn't have visa until now. Let's see. He hasn't obtained a visa yet. Okay, so we're talking about things that are practical, well, impossible, possible, like 99%. Okay, like impossible at all. Okay. I don't know if there's any question, maybe.
Yes, what's the difference between like he must have lost that bet or he must lost maybe, or when we don't use have, because I mean the other day we saw some examples in the present, like he might go to the party, for example. So what
Yes.
will be the difference between like might have only with tense or
See, he
something?
must he must lost the bet.
Yes, but it
I mean,
doesn't make that much sense to
yeah, it
me.
doesn't make it like lose.
Yes.
He must lose. So this is for present and for future. But when you're talking about past, the only possibility is must have. Okay, when you're trying like to talk about past possibility, it's must have. So
Ah, okay, teacher.
it is in the past. If you say he must lose, I don't know. He must lose. He must. I don't know. He must. He must. I don't know. Let me think of that. He must. He must come soon. So that's a model of possibility. Or he must. He must be on the bus. Um, he must have been on the bus. The difference between these two is that the first one is that he must be on the bus right now. And the second one, he must have been on the bus in the past. That's the main difference. I don't know if it's clear maybe or not.
Yeah, now it's clear, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. Then we have must have. Mm, We have here when we're a little less sure that something is impossible. That means that it's not like couldn't have or can't have. It's a little bit less sure, like 90% sure that something is impossible. Like he must have he must not have gone to the party. Okay, so here we're like 90% sure that he didn't go to the party. Okay, so we're 90% sure that he didn't go to the party. So we can also say another thing like, I don't know, she must not have can you help me think of ideas here? Must not have
I don't know. She must not have planned.
yes, she must not have planned
Plan.
that planned the situation, let's say.
Okay.
Okay, so or she must not have communicated her parents about something. Okay, so we're 90% sure that this is this this is true. The fact that she didn't communicate her parents about it. We're 90% sure about it. He must have not he must not have bought Bitcoin before. So we're basically saying that he 90% sure didn't buy any Bitcoin before. And then we have may not have and might not have. See that here you have may and might, but you don't have couldn't. You only have these two possibilities. And since it's 50%, we can even do the same sentences because they have like the same meaning. He might not have been killed, or he might not have been followed, or she may not have called. So we could even use the same sentences because it's 50% that is true, or this is 50% that this is impossible. So it's basically the same. Okay. I don't know if there's any question with 5 or 6.
No, teacher, it's okay.
Okay, finally in questions we use could have. We don't use may have or might have or must have. Could she have been at the soccer game? Or here we could ask the questions for the sentences we created. Could he have been killed? Could he have been followed? Could she have could she have called you? And for short answers we use like he he could have been. If we have a form of be in the question, we use a form of be in the answer. He could have been. Could he have been followed? He could have been again. Or he couldn't have been any of those, or he could or couldn't. Or couldn't. Or could she have called you? But since we don't have another question, the form of being the question, we simply answer she could have, or she couldn't have. Okay, so if we have a form of be in the question, we need to answer with a form of be. And if we don't have a form of be in the question, we don't need to use a form of be in the answer. And also, we can ask the same questions, but without a model, like here. Was he killed? He could or couldn't have been. So we can answer with models with this type of questions. Or was he followed? Again, he could have been. He couldn't have been. Or did she call you? She could. She couldn't have. So we can answer with models a question without a model. Okay, so it's pretty similar here. I don't know if you've got any questions until here, maybe.
Only when we are answering like the question, could he have been killed? It's he could have been, but we're but when we're talking like was he killed, that is the other one. Yes, it shouldn't have like been he could have and not the been at the end.
He could have been. No, I think that you need to use could have been because in the question you have a form of be. Was he killed? Of course, when I ask you like was he killed, the normal answer would be to say yes or no. But if you want to respond with models, he could have been would be the answer because you have a form of be in the question. Okay,
Okay,
so
so
that's why.
we can say like he could have.
No, you can't say that.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. So, any other question, maybe?
No, teacher, I think everything is fine apart.
Okay. Let's continue. Let's work on these exercises, please. Please tell me when it's finished.
Okay, teacher. Teacher, I have finished the exercises.
Okay, let's review. Okay, great. You have 100 and everything. So, please, for Sunday, we're gonna have the test. Did we have A1? Yes. So we're gonna have on Sunday the A3 and A4 test, please, okay?
Okay, teacher.
So send you this.
Then, teacher, on Monday we'll have like the Unit 8 test.
Yes, exactly. Yes, we need to finish that. So Monday we're gonna have that one. Okay, let's please begin. P1. Okay, I'm sorry here. P1, learning objectives. Can you please read?
Sure. So listening, predict actions from context. Listen for specific plans. Listen for the speaker's main purpose. Listen to understand categories in a TV documentary. Categories?
Categories.
Categories.
Categories, like with D. Categories.
Categories. Okay.
Yes.
Categories. Okay. Speaking, giving compliments, accepting compliments, downplaying compliments. Grammar, make, have, get, let, and help. So and neither. Future time clauses. Pronunciation, linking words together, vowel to vowel. Stress and pronouns in responses. Reading and vocabulary. Getting the meaning from context. Understanding main ideas and details. Writing, rewriting technique. Answer questions. Task, write a descriptive paragraph about a gadget. Skill, give details.
Can you repeat this word?
Gadget,
Yeah. Any questions, maybe?
no teacher.
Okay, let's continue here.
Okay, then speaking. Learn expressions you can use to. Give compliments.
No, why did you start
Oh.
speaking? Video listening, yes.
Oh, okay. So video listening. Watch the video and answer questions about the information and ideas in it. Learn more about body language and other cultural aspects of the video. Vocabulary. Learn the meanings and usage of these words that describe hair. Bald, braid, cornrows, crooked, curly, kinky, ponytail, straight, wavy. Speaking. Learn expressions you can use to. Give compliments. You look great today. Accept compliments. Thanks for the compliment. Downplay a compliment. Oh, this old thing? It's nothing special. Grammar. Learn to express yourself using make, have, get, let, and help. Are you really going to make me put this on? So and neither. So do I, neither does Dean. So do I, neither does Dean. Future time clauses. They're going to talk about you as soon as they get here. Task listening. Listen to the excerpt. Okay. Excerpt from the documentary. Put the warning signals into the correct categories. Pronunciation. Practice your pronunciation of linked words, vowel to vowel. I asked the matter D, it's all so incredible. Stress on pronouns in responses. I'm not really hungry, neither am I. Reading. Read an article about how fictional gadgets have become real. On the web. Research James Bond's spy gadgets. Write a paragraph about the gadget you find most interesting.
Okay, is there any question maybe?
Yes, the word with the words kinky and mm, and the one where is it? Excerpt.
Okay, kinky is like when you have uh your hair. I don't know if, well, maybe you don't know that. Mm, like Rihanna's hair.
Ah, okay.
Like I don't know if you when you have like a lot of hair and like somebody like let me see, like a person who would be like this. Let's say there's a person like this and it has a hair like this. Let me show this to you. Okay, like this. Like afro. I don't know if you know the afro hair,
Oh, yes, teacher. Now I think it's clear the meaning of.
right? Afro, like a
English.
lot of hair and but it's all over. It's somehow curly, but it's like afro hair, afro. Yeah,
Ah, teacher. Okay.
something like this, and it has like this. Oh, it disappeared. Oh, why did this disappear? Okay, yes, but afro hair. Any other one you said excerpt?
Yes.
Well, excerpt is very important. It's like a text, like a paragraph. Excerpt, like a short extract or of a writing, from a writing, I'm sorry. Or basically text, a paragraph, basically, like extract of a writing, like a part
Ah,
of a paragraph. Let's say this would be an excerpt. This because it's extract from all of this, right?
okay, teacher. Thank you.
Okay,
I
so
think
an
now it's clear.
excerpt is like that. Uh, extracto. Okay, something, but from a text.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
It's okay,
Any
teacher.
other one here? Maybe cornrows.
Somehow I know I listened to it somewhere because like corn. I don't know if there is um like a connection with the word corn and then the rouse like something like curly or something
It's
or
a
like.
type of hair. It's a type of hair that when people use this, let me try to show this to you. I think that Drake has that hair. I don't know if you know Drake, the artist.
Yes, like I don't know how to explain it, but um, when they collect all their hair and make it like okay. Yes, it is.
Like this one. That's cornrows. Okay, this cornrows.
Okay, teacher.
Okay. Uh, then you know what's braid?
Yes, it's somehow like making a ponytail but with more like waves. I
What?
don't know how to explain it. Like making a ponytail but with more waves.
Yeah, something like that. Ponytail, yes. Okay, so no more questions.
No, teacher.
Okay, so let's finish here. We're gonna finish in module B. Video listening. So Sunday we have the test, and on Monday we have the module test at the end.
Yes, teacher. Exactly.
Okay, so please prepare. Okay, so I'll see you on Monday. Okay, so hold on, let's do the poll and then you can leave. I forgot
Yes.
about the poll.